Hello, today we are going to present Secret Garden, which the topic is literary devices. The literary devices in this secret garden which we found are symbolisms, imagery, personification, foreshadowing, motifs, flashback, metamorphose, and surmise. First one, the symbolism. The symbolism, which is the secret garden, is symbolize emotional healing, personal growth, and people transformation. The use in the story when Mary first found the locked garden, it like her own heart and Colin's heart. After they found the key to unlock the garden more grows, just like her heart. She become more happier, kinded heart, and stronger. In the example means the locked garden can refer to Mary and Colin hearts after they got unlocked by the key, which can refer to Dickens. The next symbolize is nature. The symbolize is renewal, rebirth, and hope. The use in the story is the changing of season change in character life. Just as winter turned into spring, Mary and Dickon coolness and sickness transform into warmth and vitality and health. For example, show Mary and Colin's coldness and sickness transform into warmth and vitality in the winter, but after time passes, the fresh air from the spring season, which is the season of growth of plant from the garden, made them grow and even become better person. Now we in imagery, we gonna start with sight. In this scene, it can describe the mystery and strain of the beauty from the garden by the sight of Mary. She said it was the sweetest, most mysterious looking place anyone could imagine. The high wall which shut it in were covered with the leaflet, ivy, with here and there a spreading crumbling rose. This scene can show the change of the garden of Mary's sight. The second one is the glass is greener and things are sticking up everywhere, and things are uncurling and green buds of leaves are showing. It's a scene when the plants are now growing. The second one, sound. In this scene, it can describe the sound we usually hear from the garden, like the fallen leaf, the fallen stick, or the bird chirping. She said there was a rustling of a leaf and a fluttering and chirping of the little birds. The robin chirping and sang as if he were talking to her, and the rustling of the branches sound like whisper in the air. And now in touch. In the scene, it makes the reader imagine to the warm touch of Mary's hand when she put her hand in her clothes. She said she put her hand on the big cluster of crocus and felt their soft, warm whiteness. The second one, the feeling of the wind, shows the reader about the outdoor moment. Her husband were tinkling and her face growing as the fresh wind rushes against her. Smell. This scene makes the reader can imagine the smell of the environment. The first one, she said she sniffed at the fresh, sweet air, it smell of growing things and sunshine. The second one, the air smell of the moist earth and blooming flower, rich and sweet. And now we in personification. The first one, the garden as Mary and Colin. She said it seemed almost as if the whole places were waiting for her to come and set it free. The garden is described as though it had feelings, which is like Mary and Colin. The flower as human. The little shoots were poking their heads out of the earth, as if they were waking up from the long sleep. The plants are giving the human action of waking up, symbolizing renewal and a new life. And foreshadowing. The first one is the cry in the night. Mary said, "There is not the wind. Someone is crying. I heard it again and again." It is a scene which Mary hears strange crying sound in the manner of night. This foreshadowing her discovery of Colin, which is the one who crying. The second one is the key to the garden. It is a scene when Mary finds the key buried in the earth. It hints that she will soon unlock the secret garden and begin her journey of transformation. She says it is the key to the garden, the very one Miss Medlock chased was lost. It is the hint that she will soon find the garden. The third one hints about Colin's condition. They said Master Craven won't have the boy spoken of. He's too ill to be in trouble with you. Best you stay away from that part of the house. It is a hint from Mr. Medlock about Colin's condition, which will soon recover until Mary stays with him. And the last one, Robin can lead Mary to the secret garden.
The next one is about motifs. There's also the use of motifs. A motif is an idea of or image that repeats many times in a story. In the secret garden, the garden itself is a motif. It comes back again and again as a place of hope and healing. Every time the garden appears, the characters also change and grow. This repeating idea makes the story stronger. For example, like the first, garden and nature. The secret gardens, flowers, fresh air, and animals appear repeatedly. For example, like the grass is greener and things are sticking up everywhere and things are uncurling and green buds of leaves are showing. The second one's secrecy and hidden thing. Locked door, harsh voices, and mysterious cries create a constant motif of secrets. Example like when Mary said, "There's someone crying." I'm sure there is. Or when Martha say, "You didn't hear anything. You mustn't go poking your nose where it doesn't belong." The next one is about flashbacks. The uses of flashbacks. A flashback is when a story goes back to the past. For example, Mr. Craven often remembers his wife who died. These memories show his sadness and why he is so distant. Mary also thinks about her time in India. For example, like Mary, when she's remembering India. In India, I always had servants to dress me and fan me. Nobody ever told me I was disagreeable. Next, it's about metaphors and simile. The children are compared the garden to their own world. Moreover, metaphor suggesting that nature itself is a place of beauty, growth, and healing. For example, like when Colin said, "The garden is my kingdom, and I am the prince of it." Colin compares himself to a prince without using like or as. The metaphor reflects how the garden gives him power, pride, and identity. Or when Mary said, "The whole world is the garden," a metaphor suggesting that nature itself is a place of beauty, growth, and healing. And the next one is about simile. A simile that shows his rebirth and transformation through the garden's healing influence. For example, like first, when Mary sees the garden bloom, it's like a dream. That means Mary's compare the beauty of the blooming garden to a dream, showing wonder. Or When Colin thinking about his new health, I feel as if I had lived a long time, like I was 10 years already, instead of beginning to live. And this is about what we learned. We learned that literary devices are not just writing tools. They make us feel the story more deeply, that got it as a motive shows hope and growth, simulates and metaphors make changes clear, and flashbacks show us pain from the past. In conclusion, author uses symbolism, metaphor, foreshadowing, personification, motif, flashback, and simulates to give a deep meaning to a story. These devices make the character and the garden come alive. And thank you for your listening.